No one was supposed to lose him tonight. The plan had been airtight. Every route mapped, every risk measured, every second accounted for. The FBI had promised this would be clean. Instead, it turned into chaos, because before the sun would rise, Borden would disappear into the mountains injured, barefoot, bleeding, and hunted by everyone who wanted to control him. And when the dust settled, both sides would face the same nightmare. They had lost the one man they couldn't afford to lose. The armored convoy surged through the mountain pass, engines roaring as the road twisted sharply ahead. Headlights cut thin, trembling beams through the darkness, barely touching the sheer rock walls that rose on one side and the endless drop on the other. Inside the lead vehicle, Borden sat rigid, fingers clenched so tightly around the seat that his hands shook. Every sharp turn sent pain flashing through his body. His head throbbed. His chest felt too tight, like he couldn't get enough air. Across from him, an agent watched closely, her posture alert, one hand resting near her weapon. In the driver's seat, another agent leaned forward, jaw locked, eyes fixed on the road, as if looking away for even a second would be fatal. They all felt it. The pressure, the sense of being watched, the certainty that they weren't alone out here. How much longer? Ty asked, his voice thin, strained. The agent across from him met his eyes. 20 minutes, maybe less. Just stay with us, Ty nodded, but he wasn't really listening. Something inside his mind was breaking open. The vehicle lurched slightly as it rounded another curve, and suddenly the darkness vanished. He wasn't in the convoy anymore. He stood inside a barn filled with warm sunlight. Dust floated lazily in the air. The smell of hay and horses wrapped around him, so real it stole his breath. A woman stood a few feet away. Dark hair, amber eyes, a smile that felt like home. Amy. The name surfaced before he could stop it. Amy, he whispered. The agent leaned closer. Ty? What is it? I remember her, he said, panic and wonder colliding in his chest. Not from pictures. I remember her face. The memories rushed in without warning. Amy laughing, the sound bright and full, her hand slipping into his, warm and familiar. The feeling of belonging, deep and unshakable. Another voice joined the memory. Older, calm, steady. Your family now, Ty. You'll always have a home here. His breathing quickened. The barn blurred, replaced by another scene. A wedding. Sunlight spilling over white fabric. Amy standing across from him, eyes shining. His voice echoed, saying words he couldn't quite hear but somehow knew by heart. We got married, Ty said, his voice breaking. I remember getting married. That's good, the agent said carefully. That means your memories are coming back. But Ty didn't feel relieved. He felt like he was drowning. Each memory carried joy tangled tightly with grief, love mixed with loss, a life that felt undeniably his and yet impossibly distant. The convoy swerved hard. The driver swore under his breath. We've got company. Ty's vision snapped back to the present. Through the small rear window, headlights appeared. Then another set, closing fast. The radio crackled. Confirmed pursuit. 2 vehicles gaining. Orders followed immediately. Evasive maneuvers. Route Kilo 7. Now. The driver yanked the wheel, turning onto a narrower road that hugged the mountainside. The drop-off loomed just beyond the guardrail. Invisible but terrifyingly close. Ty barely noticed. Another memory slammed into him. A small girl running toward him across a sunlit yard. Curls bouncing wildly. Daddy, watch me. His chest seized. Painfully. My daughter, he gasped. I have a daughter. Her name is Lindy. The agent leaned toward him, concern deepening. Ty, stay with me. Focus. But he couldn't. The memories came faster now, fragmenting and overlapping. Heartland. Ranch. Amy standing beside him, her head resting against his shoulder. An older man watching from the porch, pride etched into every line of his weathered face. Take care of her, the man said. Take care of both my girls. I will, Ty promised. I swear. The memory shattered violently. The convoy jolted. We've got vehicles closing on both sides. the driver said sharply. The road twisted again, tighter this time. The engine roared as the armored vehicle pushed harder. Ty's heart pounded so loud he thought it might burst. Then the driver shouted, "Roadblock!" Ahead, two black SUVs sat sideways across a narrow mountain pass, completely blocking the road. "There's no way around," the agent said. "Rock wall on one side, drop on the other." The radio exploded with commands. "Do not stop. Ram through." The accelerator slammed down. The armored vehicle surged forward, engine screaming in protest. Time slowed. Ty saw everything with terrible clarity. The narrow gap between the SUVs, the figures diving away, the impossibility of fitting through at this speed. They weren't going to make it. The impact was catastrophic. Metal shrieked. Glass detonated. The world spun violently. The SUVs were thrown aside like toys, one flipping completely, the other smashing into the guardrail. But the armored vehicle didn't escape cleanly. It slammed into the mountain wall, rebounded, smashed into the weakened guardrail, and tipped. For one horrifying second, it balanced on the edge of the world. Then it rolled. The world turned upside down. Ty hung suspended by his restraints, blood dripping down his face. His ears rang so loudly he couldn't hear anything else. Pain radiated through his skull. Beside him, the agent hung limp, blood streaking her forehead. Up front, the driver was slumped over the wheel, groaning faintly. The rear door had been ripped open. Cold air rushed inside. Gunfire echoed outside. Ty's hands fumbled at his restraint, fingers slick with blood. "Buckle. Come on." The clasp released. He fell hard onto shattered glass, crying out as it cut into his hands and knees. The hospital gown offered no protection from the jagged shards. Everything hurt, but something deeper screamed louder. "Move. Run. Survive." He crawled toward the open door, glass slicing his palms, dizziness threatening to pull him under. Through the chaos, one voice cut through clearly. "Come home, Ty. Amy. Nothing else mattered." He dragged himself out of the wreckage and into the cold mountain night. Behind him, the crash site erupted. Gunfire cracked through the darkness. Flashlights swept wildly. Shouts echoed between rock walls. An agent rushed to the overturned vehicle, weapon raised. "Ty!" he shouted. "Can you hear me?" No answer. He peered inside. Blood, glass, unconscious bodies, empty restraints. His stomach dropped. "He's gone." Across the wreckage, another man saw the same thing. Nathan Price stepped closer, his suit torn, a cut above his eye, but his focus absolute. The asset was missing. Blood drops led away from the vehicle, disappearing into the trees. He got out. One of Nathan's men said, "He's on foot." Nathan's jaw tightened. "Find him." Flashlights spilled into the forest. Orders barked sharply. Teams spread out in all directions. Ty stumbled through the trees, barefoot, branches tearing at his skin. His breath came in ragged gasps. Blood ran into his eyes, blurring his vision. He didn't know where he was. He didn't know who was chasing him. He only knew one thing. He had a wife named Amy, and he had to get back to her. Behind him, voices shouted. Flashlights cut through the darkness like searching eyes. The forest was dense and unforgiving. Roots snagged his feet. Rocks cut deep. He fell once, hard, knocking the air from his lungs. For a moment, he lay there, staring up at the stars between branches, wondering if this was where it ended. Then he saw her again. Amy, smiling softly, waiting. He forced himself up and kept going. On the road, agents gathered around the wreckage. "He's barefoot," one said urgently. "In a hospital gown. Injured." Nathan's voice carried coldly across the scene. "Expand the perimeter. Ground teams. Aerial search. Thermal scans." On the opposite side, another call was being made. "We've lost containment," an agent said grimly. "Asset is in the wind." Flashlights crossed paths in the forest as former enemies searched for the same man. Somewhere between the trees, Ty pushed deeper into darkness. leaving blood and broken branches behind him. The cold seeped into his bones. His strength faded. With every step, his injuries screamed for rest. But he didn't stop, because home was somewhere out there, and he refused to die before finding it. The convoy chase was over. The real hunt had begun, and the mountains would decide who found Borden first.